COVID-19 virus variant. What is the India variant mutant? India is currently battling a second wave of coronavirus infections, and amidst increasing cases and limited supply of oxygen and vaccines wreaking havoc in the country, attention has turned towards what might have led to this deadly surge, such as indigenous variants. The Indian variant with 2 worrying mutations is currently being studied to ascertain its cause and effect on the pandemic situation in the country right now. This video brought to you by HealthyRN Ways channel that talks about the COVID-19 pandemic. Video posting every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. To see my other videos, see the link at the end card of this video. What is the India variant? Viruses mutate all the time, producing different versions or variants of themselves. This variant, officially known as B.1.617, was first detected in India in October 2020. B.1.617 has 13 mutations that result in amino acid changes. It has been described as a double mutant. This term is used to refer to 2 main mutations, E484Q and L452R, in spike proteins. First, B.1.617 has a mutation, L452R, that's also present in the dominant strain in California. Second, B.1.617 has a similar mutation, E484Q, as the one present in the variants first detected in South Africa and Brazil. That mutation is called E484K. In a nutshell, B.1.617 has 2 famous mutations. But it has 11 other ones as well. The spike protein is the part of the virus that it uses to penetrate human cells. Double or even triple mutation in key areas of the virus's spike protein might increase risks and allow the virus to escape the immune system. The WHO categorizes the Indian variant as a variant of interest. That means the variant is being monitored, but it is not of major concern for the time being. There is still not enough evidence to determine any causal relationship with India's deadly second wave, and Public Health England does not currently list the variant as a variant of concern, a term used to describe the UK, Brazilian and South African variants. It's too early to say that the rise in COVID-19 cases is because of this double or possible third mutant variant of the virus. How is it different from previous mutant viruses? The new mutation carries the genetic code from 2 other mutations, E484Q and L452R mutations, which were already in circulation globally. While both the mutations, traced across different variants, are characteristic for their high infectivity and transmission rates, this is the first time they have merged together, making it many times more infectious. Put in simpler terms, the double mutation has 2 different spike protein markers related to coronavirus. The spike protein helps the virus attach itself to the human cells and then invade the organs. Variants of the strain alter the very structure of the spike protein, which makes it more efficient in attaching with the human host cells and multiplying faster, causing scarier infection bout. Even though this double variant has the potential of causing greater damage, most patients so far have shown better results with home isolation. Mutations such as L452R that help with binding don't necessarily result in more severe disease or make the virus more deadly. The variant is more infectious and can infect many people together because it spreads faster in a group or within a family. However, no need for hospitalization has been seen so far in most cases. Are vaccines effective against this double variant? Preliminary results of a study have shown that the Covishield vaccine protects against the B.1.617 variant of coronavirus. India's indigenous vaccine Covaxin successfully neutralized the UK, Brazil and South African variants in laboratory tests, but results are not yet available from the population or for the B.1.617 variant. With India's daily tally of COVID-19 infections surging by records, public health experts worry that a new, possibly more virulent, coronavirus variant could be racing through the crowded nation of more than 1.3 billion people. The new variant, which has a so-called double mutation, is thought to be fueling India's deadlier new wave of cases that has made it the world's second worst hit country, surpassing Brazil again, and has already begun to overwhelm its hospitals and crematoriums. India has reported more than 14.5 million COVID cases so far and more than 175,600 fatalities. This is a variant of interest we are following. Having two of these mutations, which have been seen in other variants around the world, are concerning, adding that there was a similarity with mutations that increase transmission as well as reduce neutralization, possibly stunting the ability of vaccines to curb them. The new strain underscores the insidious nature of viruses and threatens to thwart containment efforts in India, despite measures such as the world's largest lockdown last year. An exploding outbreak in India risks undoing a hard-won victory over the pathogen for others, too, especially as this strain has now jumped to at least 10 other countries. Here's what we know so far. How did the double mutation variant emerge? The new variant, called B.1.617, was initially detected in India with two mutations, the E484Q and L452R. It was first reported late last year by a scientist in India and more details were presented before the WHO on Monday. Viruses mutate all the time, as part of evolutionary biology. Some mutations weaken the virus while others may make it stronger, enabling it to proliferate faster or cause more infections. Pentagon working on war footing to begin delivery of supplies to India within next few days. India's health ministry first acknowledged the presence of a double mutant at the end of March, but has downplayed it since. While it's a variant of interest, it has not been stamped as a variant of concern, so as to say that it is more lethal or more infectious. The double mutation has been found in several countries like Australia, Belgium, Germany, Ireland, Namibia, New Zealand, Singapore, the UK and the US. Higher transmissibility of this variant is not established as yet. Is it causing the record surge in infections in India? Genome sequencing indicates the variant as a possible culprit, although the Indian government hasn't confirmed it. The average prevalence of the variant surged to as high as 52% of samples sequenced in April from almost nothing in January. In some districts in Maharashtra state, home to Mumbai and epicenter of the current wave that's triggered fresh lockdown-like rules, the prevalence of this variant was more than 60. The B.1.617 was present in samples from about 10 Indian states, and while the percentage may vary, it was expected to rise as it has two critical mutations that make it more likely to transmit and escape prior immunity. Both mutations are known to decrease, although not completely eliminate, the binding of the antibodies created by infection and vaccination. Mutations at sites E484 and L452 have been observed separately, but this is the first major viral lineage that combines the two. I do think that this new viral variant is important to monitor. We did the math. We do believe that a lot of the increase in the reproduction number can be explained by these mutations. The mutations are a big cause for worry contrary to what other expert says. After being complacent in mapping virus genomes in recent months, India did sequencing for less than 1% positive samples as of last month. The country is now scrambling to cover lost ground. We are attempting to do at least 5% of whatever samples are there. It looks like that it is spreading faster than pre-existing variants. Another Indian lab doing genome sequencing of COVID samples. Sooner or later, it will become prevalent in the whole country, given the way it is spreading. Has it been found outside India? This variant has been detected in at least 10 other countries, including the US, the UK, Australia and New Zealand. As of April 16, 2021, 408 sequences in the B.1.617 lineage have been detected, of which 265 were found in India. A surveillance report by the UK government said it has found 77 cases in England and Scotland so far, designating it as a variant under investigation. New Zealand has temporarily suspended arrivals of its citizens and residents from India due to the spike in the number returning with COVID-19. Brazil was also shunned as a COVID-19 super spreader by its neighbors who were nervous about the virus strain next door to do extra safety measures. India's second wave. Given its size and rapid pace, will worry other nations that have just about managed their own outbreaks after weeks of economy-devastating lockdowns. Is it deadlier than other variants out there? Researchers are still trying to figure that out. The features of the double mutant variant are under investigation, but the L452R mutation is well characterized in U.S. studies. It increases viral transmission by around 20% and reduces antibody efficacy by more than 50%. Globally, 3 worrisome variants that have so far emerged in the UK, South Africa and Brazil have caused particular concern. Studies suggest they are more contagious, and some evidence points to one of them being more deadly while another drives reinfections. This double mutant strain, first found in India, has begun troubling virologists everywhere. The B.1.617 variant has all the hallmarks of a very dangerous virus. We must do all that is possible to identify its spread and to contain it. Do vaccines work against it? It's hard to know for sure without adequate data and research. India is testing whether the new variants, including the B.1.617, are capable of immune escape or not. Immune escape refers to a pathogen's ability to evade human body's immunity response. This means antibodies created after vaccination or prior infection may not protect a person from getting infected. If the new India variant shows immune escape behavior, this would have deep ramifications for India's vaccination program, which has picked up after a sluggish start and administered almost 120 million doses. India has currently authorized 3 vaccines. 2 of them are already in use while the third, Russia's Sputnik V, was approved this week. India also fast-tracked approval for foreign vaccines this week. All of these efforts risk being jeopardized if the shots turn out to be less effective against this double mutation variant. While it's a variant of interest, it has not been stamped as a variant of concern, so as to say that it is more lethal or more infectious. Please take the first vaccine you are offered. Do not make the mistake of hesitating and waiting for an ideal vaccine. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Ma salama.